the young lady in the, that's today, right? Is that today? And who's right? Tiana Bowen. What year is she? Senior. So she what's her conclusion? She didn't make what? Wow, I don't even know. Because we haven't had one of those regular sessions. How much more?
I like the mixer, that's cool. Talk to people about it. It seems like I can't sing. Boom. Parents are here. Zing. Take off. Cool. Where's your going?
You're right. Two engineers.
Where's she going?
He's going to want a senior inside the office.
They're both two.
They're both in the office. They're going to have to do the read. They're going to have to. I finished their profile. I worked on their profile 2 weeks ago. So I have the profile. So you can get that right there. So that's right.
That's why you'll get the
They got their technical program. Juniors and college. There you go. Juniors and college. That's it. We'll see if we can one in the office and one in the field. Even if we get one of the other one to tempt it. That'd be trying to get the second one. What's her name? Probably, we'll ask him tonight. We probably want to get him in January. We were late last year. Medical, business. Newman's coming in. They got the perfect. So 11:16. 11:16, yeah. We're breaking it. We're going to be here. I think so.
Thank you very much for attending this. Like I said earlier, I know a lot of you are getting ready for, on the McKinley side, getting ready for the McKinley Massillon Week and some of the other things that are going on, so that's cool. We also have for my, I don't think it concerns anybody in our group, but for those that need to take the OGT, we got the OGT week that's happening coming up here too. Why put that in Massillon McKinley Week? But that one is going to be trying for us, and that the students are going to be coming to our school 2.5 hours late. So they should have had information sent to the home. So just so you're updated on that, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, there are going to be 2 classes in a 7-period day that they're going to miss out on. And then Tuesday, Thursday, they'll see the other 2 classes, and they're going to miss out on the first 2 classes during that week. If you ask me to recite the schedule, what it is, I know that everybody goes to period, I think 1 and 2 is the one that, I'm not sure which one it is. Period 1 is Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, because I know a hand was popping up for that. And period 2, Tuesday and Thursday, so it's even and odd. So 1 goes with 11 to keep it easy, and 2 goes with 10. Okay? And they didn't mess with 3 because that's our lunch period, so that's why there's the adjustment there. Okay. We do have activities after school, and the activities that we do have after school, there's the tutoring session. Again, doesn't really apply to most of the folks in here, but there are activities that we do have available after school. So, you know, as you become more creative as to what you want to explore, I would like to work on something with engineering or anything that kind of gets you geared to your field. We're trying to swing over the medical piece, which is the HPAC group and some other things through Dr. Donovan. So just keep your ears open so that you can be on the lookout for those things that we're going to offer after school. Now the thing with the after school piece is this. That program, whatever it may be, if it's HPAC, it'll be offered one time a week, and we have Monday through Thursday. That's when we have the after-school component. It's an activity, but you would have to attend for that time immediately after school. It's homework time. The reason why is it's a part of the 21st Century Grant that we have, and we have to have students do two pieces: the sort of creative arts part and the academic piece, in order to honor the award or whatever it is that we got, the grant that we got for that program. So we do have a pretty good showing of students that are participating, but we can always have more. I am going to have these two wonderful folks from Mount Union come up and speak to you, Clinton and Katie. I will be turning this mic over to them. They'll be doing the presentation, and I think at the end they'll have an opportunity for you to ask questions. I'll walk around with the other mic, put it up to you so that everybody can hear the question that you have, okay? So once you hear this information from these two outstanding folks who've given up their Sunday, like you, to come here, you know, you can go ahead and ask things that hopefully will encourage you to entertain the idea of attending schools in Northeast Ohio. They have a lot to offer, and they want students like you. 2 years worth of college out of the way. You know how to survive in a college setting. You just don't need that so much of that financial responsibility to take your mind off the academics. So hopefully we'll have some things to help you out with that. I kind of said jump on that one, didn't I? So Katie and Clinton, come on out, please.
Hi guys, hey. So as Mr. Bruder said, my name is Katie O'Brien. I'm an admission representative at the University of Mount Union. Some of the highlights of the students that I work with, I do work with our honors program, so students have questions about that, I can definitely help with that. As well as our presidential scholarship competition, which is an opportunity for students to compete for full tuition. We will talk a little bit more about that with students with additional questions. I am definitely around to answer those. I do also want to point out the wonderful array of information we have at our table. So when we're done, if you guys want to pick up information, please feel free to do that. There's also information cards over there. So if you want us to check out an application for you or get you more information about a specific program, just fill one of those cards out for you and we'll make sure to be back in touch. Okay? I'm now going to hand it over to Clinton.
All right, guys, my name is Clinton. I've met many of you already today. I am a counselor for your region here in Canton. So when you guys have any questions, you'll be talking to me throughout the application process. But I'm going to start us off today. So we'll start off with the application. If you guys have any of you guys filled out the application yet? Good portion of you. So when you're entering your senior year, the application usually comes alive in July. But entering your senior year, you'll be applying to our school and many others. But our application, very simple. It's all online. We do have rolling admission, which just means we make decisions as materials come in. So you'll want to get those materials in as soon as possible. Once you complete your application packet, we make decisions as those materials come in. We have a 3-part application, so you'll fill out the application on our website, which is right there. You'll go to apply now on mountunion.edu. You'll fill out the application. There is a 300-word personal statement. That's just an essay about yourself. Pretty straightforward. There are some prompts available on our website if you struggle to think of something to write about. You can also kind of talk to your counselors. They can help with recommendations for that. And then the final item is the secondary school reports. So that'll come from your counselor. That's kind of a letter of recommendation along with your college preparatory classes, they'll send in your transcript, and then ACT, SAT scores. We look at the ACT or SAT without writing, it doesn't matter which one you take. We'll take the highest score. We have kind of equivalents we look at. I personally recommend you take both if you have the opportunity, because some students perform better on one than they do on the other. I know I personally perform better on the SAT, but it changes. It depends on how you think what you'll perform better on. All right, so we have over 60 majors offered, so there's a lot of different opportunities at Mount Union. Some of the more popular ones we have now, our criminal justice program is really big. We also offer a major in national defense and foreign intelligence analysis, which is kind of more of a niche major of the criminal justice track. We also have nursing growing right now, engineering. We have a lot of students I talk to that are interested in engineering. Question? Nursing, yeah, we have a direct entry nursing program. So that's really big right now. The requirements for that to apply are a 3.3 and a 23. You apply for the program and it's direct entry, so you have a seat reserved for you freshman year. When you guys go to look at colleges, you'll find that a lot of programs you apply to the school as a freshman, and then you have to apply to the nursing program during your freshman or sophomore year to get into the nursing program, so you don't have a seat reserved. So subsequently, if you don't get into the nursing program, you have to apply or transfer elsewhere. So it's very nice to have that security of your seat saved. We have a 13:1 student-faculty ratio that kind of, I think is kind of a better representation, but we have 19 is our average class size. So most of your classes are going to be 15 to 20 students. We don't have any of those large lecture halls, so it's really nice. It's kind of like when you're in high school, you know your teacher, you know your classmates. It's a good environment to learn in. You're not, intimidated to ask questions. You're not sitting in the back of the lecture hall with 200 people trying to raise your hand and get a question in. Your teacher knows you. You can always go to them for questions. And that kind of goes into our student support services, which we'll kind of talk about a little later too. We offer free tutoring, so I always recommend if you are falling behind in any subject or preemptively, you can schedule tutoring appointments at the beginning of the semester, so that way you stay on top of things if you know you're going to struggle with a subject. We have a career services department. Our job placement is excellent. We have 98% of our students self-reporting from the 2013 graduating class in a job in an average of 30 days. So our students are very successful. We have a lot of support services for you to ensure that you're successful. We have over 90 student organizations, so I know I spoke to a lot of you today about some sports, but in addition to that, we have a large Greek life on campus. We have 4 sororities and 4 fraternities, so those social organizations you can be a part of. We have religious organizations, service organizations, we have leadership and diversity organizations, so a lot of things you can get involved with. No, you didn't. Her question was, do you have to major in music or minor in music to be in the marching band? And no, you do not.
We do have actually auditions available for students interested in getting some extra scholarship money in the fine arts. That's choir, band, theater, and actually art. And so you can submit a portfolio if you're an artist, or you can come audition vocally. You can audition with an instrument. You can do a performance if you're in theater. Students not majoring can get up to $5,000 in scholarship for that. Students who are majoring in those areas can actually get up to $12,000 in scholarship. You are not required to do that audition, so if you don't want the scholarship but you just want to participate, you can just join bands, so that's not a problem, but why not get the extra scholarship if you're going to participate? So we would encourage the audition.
And just a few other things to mention. We have a very large study abroad program, so if anybody's interested in studying abroad, kind of point your finger in a map, there's a good chance you can go there. We have a lot of opportunities for study abroad. So. Okay, and as I kind of mentioned, we have 23 bars varsity level sports to go along with that. We also have 2 club sports and a lot of intramurals, so if you wanted to participate but not have a huge commitment, we have the intramurals where you're just competing against your peers on campus. And then we have very big sports teams, a lot of successful sports teams across the board. All right, so I'm going to have the mic over to Katie. She'll kind of go over more of the specifics of the camp program.
All right, guys. Thanks, Clinton, for getting all that information for us here. I'm going to try to juggle all of this stuff in 2 hands, see if we can do that. So we have a really special pilot program that we are offering this year to start with. This is the first time we've done this. So this is actually the first time we're talking about it, the first time anybody's hearing about it. I think Mr. Bruner knows a little bit, but I don't think anybody else here does. So this is kind of exciting to be able to share this information with you. So I do want to give you some of the details about this pilot program for students who do attend the Canton Early College High School, as well as the camp program here. And so one of the biggest things that we're going to make sure we offer for you is a very student-centered experience. We want to make sure that you're not going through this experience alone in any way, which means that anytime you have questions, anytime that you need anything from us, Clinton here is your go-to guy, okay? So he is going to be a very familiar face, a very familiar name. Anything that you need is going to go right through him. So you always know that you have a specific person that you can work with on campus. We really want to make sure that you guys are really the center of this and that we can help with whatever you need through this whole thing. Our curriculum is actually very unique, and so we don't have a general credit analysis that we do for all students. It's a very individualized credit analysis. What that means is that with the credits that you guys are taking here, you can submit the college transcript information that will go through Clinton, of course. He will take that through our registrar's office, as well as the academic program that you're interested in, to make sure that we can figure out how your credits are going to come into Mount Union, where you stand when you get there, what you will still need to do to complete a degree once you get to Mount Union, and then he will get that information back to you. So you won't have to worry about trying to go to these different offices on campus.
Thank you.
Finding out what's going to transfer, what's not going to transfer, how those electives and course requirements are going to come in. The way that our curriculum is designed is really meant for long-term career and professional success. And that means that sometimes the credits don't come in to fulfill our core curriculum requirements, which is only 8 courses, but it does come in to fulfill a lot of elective requirements, which are classes that students will have to take anyways. So you will still likely come in and have a step up and be able to graduate in a shorter period of time. We also would invite you, after you've done your credit analysis, to have a one-on-one meeting with the registrar's office and then your academic department. So if you'd like to sit down and talk directly with the department, we can get that arranged for you. Students who are juniors, it's probably a little too early to do a credit analysis, and sophomores as well, but you are invited to complete the academic program. So if you'd like to do that, there's information on the table about how to sign up for a visit. Just let us know. Most of our academic programs are available Monday through Friday, so they can meet with you to kind of go through all that. I will let you know the one core requirement that you do have is that you must have a C or higher in your classes for those grades to come to Mount Union. I should say the credits. Your grades don't transfer over. You don't get to carry that GPA in. But those credits can come over. You do have to have a C or higher in all of those classes.
Not impossible here, right?
All right, so some of the other things that we're doing for you guys, especially that we're not offering to other students, so this is kind of a cool thing. The first is the early career chat session, and that's with one of our other admission representatives. His name's Eric Young. He will contact you with information about this. It is optional. That's something we would love to have you all do. He will give you the self-directed portion of the Hollins inventory, which is something that will help you learn more about yourself and your aptitudes and interests and career opportunities to really help make sure that you're getting off on the right foot, that you're picking the right major, that you're in the right field, and that you're going to be able to be successful in that field. So that's kind of the very first step with that. The next is that we're going to get you connected with our Exceptional Beginnings program, which is an opportunity to facilitate your success on campus from an early start. It gives you an opportunity to mentor with an upper class student. That can even be a student in your major, so you have somebody who's been through it already. They can really be a good support system for you once you get to campus. And then the Ranger Challenge is a fun thing on campus where you do different activities and compete for prizes and stuff. So it's really fun, really great way to be involved and make sure that you're connected to campus and that you are, you know what resources are out there for you. And the final is the enrollment in our program called Exceptional Connections. So we'll get you connected directly with that program as well. That is a program where you will work with our alumni office and actually have an alumni mentor who works in the field of study that you're interested in. So you'll get somebody who graduated from Mount Union, who's successful out in the field, and they'll kind of serve you as a mentor through your time at Mount Union to make sure you have some extra big opportunities to explore and really be successful again at Mount Union. So we really are preparing you for that career success and success on campus as well. All right, so this is the really exciting piece that I want to talk to you about. And I'm going to start by talking about our general scholarships that we offer to students. Those range up to $14,000 based on your academic information. So when you apply for admission at Mount Union, we are automatically going to review your application and determine if you're eligible for an academic scholarship, okay? So that's going to be the first part. I mentioned our full tuition scholarship opportunity. Students must have a 3.5 GPA and a 27 on your ACT to be eligible for that. If you are eligible, we will let you know. We will invite you to campus. We also have other opportunities, such as our Minority Achievement Award, that you may be invited to come and compete for semester scholarships in those areas. I mentioned the fine arts. We also offer need-based assistance through the FAFSA, so there's a lot of ways to get assistance. However, for you guys, we are announcing today for the first time that students who are graduating in 2015, who are enrolling at Mount Union in 2015, are guaranteed a $7,500 scholarship if you have a 3.0 GPA and your associate's degree. So you must have the degree, the 60 credits upon graduation. If you have a 3.5 GPA or higher, you are guaranteed a $10,000 scholarship with that associate's degree. So that kind of takes the ACT score out of the equation. However, if you're reviewed for an academic scholarship and it's more than what the scholarship is, you get the higher scholarship. So if you're eligible for that $14,000 scholarship, we're going to give you that one instead. We're going to give you the one that's bigger. So we're going to review you for that, but if you don't qualify for a higher scholarship based with the ACT scores, this is going to be a guarantee for you. There are a couple things that you're going to need to submit in order to make sure that we can get this scholarship out for you, okay? So, those are, you need to apply for admission no later than January 1st, 2015. Okay, so if you're seniors and you haven't done that yet, definitely get on that. You need to have all of your application materials. Clinton mentioned the transcript, the ACT scores, secondary school report. That all needs to be in by February 1st, and you need to make a decision by that date. Okay, so you need to make sure you get everything in a timely manner. The final thing we need is the attestation statement from Mr. Berger. He knows about that. He has that. It is your responsibility to contact him, to have him fill out that form and send it to us. That is how we can flag you as an early college high school student. So without that, we don't know that you attend here necessarily. I mean, it's probably on your transcript, but that's the way that we can guarantee that you're going to be eligible for the scholarship. So you need to talk to him to make sure that he sends us that form, okay? I'm supposed to really drill that into you. It's your responsibility to get that form, okay? If you graduate and it turns out that the associate's degree, maybe you were a couple credits short, you didn't get that, we will go ahead and reevaluate the scholarship and award you what you would have been qualified for without the guaranteed scholarship. So if that doesn't end up working out, that's fine. We can still offer you a scholarship, okay? All right, the other thing we will need for you to do, sorry, fumbling on my notes here, is to file the FAFSA no later than March 1st, 2015. And this is really important because I mentioned need-based assistance. We do offer grants to students based on their family's financial picture, and we need to be able to make sure we can get you all the accurate information about that. So you must file that FAFSA by March 1st so that we can get that out to you. What we find is that a lot of our students, it's sometimes even more affordable for them to come to Mount Union than to go to state school because of this need-based assistance that we offer. So the FAFSA is very, very important to make sure that this can be an affordable experience for you. So you must file that by March 1st. You have to pay your enrollment deposit by May 1st. That means if you do decide to come to Mount Union, there is a $150 enrollment deposit that holds your spot in our class. You must pay that by May 1st, and that's a pretty normal day. You guys are going to hear that from most schools. And then we have to have the college transcript proving that you have the associate's degree in June, okay? So that shouldn't be too difficult, but we're very excited about this. This is a brand new program for us. Right now, this is applying just to seniors who are graduating this year, 2015, and enrolling in 2015. If it goes well, we're hopeful that we can continue that in future years. So I know there's a lot of students who aren't seniors, but fingers crossed we can keep this going for you guys as well. So that is the exciting news that we have for you. And at this point, we would like to open up the floor for questions. about really anything Mount Union between the two of us, and we can probably answer just about anything you want to know. So let's hit it.
Can you talk about the Honors College a little bit?
Absolutely. So our University Honors Program, the application is available on our website for seniors who are interested in coming into that program. They are looking for students with a 3.5 GPA and a 27 ACT, similar to that scholarship that I mentioned. However, they're not really strict on that. So students who don't quite meet those requirements or don't meet those requirements at all are still encouraged to apply. There's still a lot of things that you can bring to the table with that program, and they will review every application that comes in on an even field. So they will look at your transcript, they will look at your essays, they're going to look at everything that we have available for you to see if it's going to be a good fit for you. The program takes our core curriculum, I mentioned 8 classes that everybody at Mount Union has to take. It advances that curriculum a step up. It gives students a little bit of an extra challenge, but it's not really more work. It's just a different kind of work. It gives you a different kind of academic experience in the classroom, usually some smaller classes, fewer tests, more kind of paper writing and discussion. So it's a really great program, a really great way to be with some more academically minded students who are really taking their education seriously. We also have a program called Honors in the Major that would be something that you could apply for down the road, usually starting in the sophomore and junior year. And you would take a couple of courses within your major at an honors level. And so you don't take different classes than other students in your major, you take the same courses, but you get to work individually with your professor or the academic program to determine what the honors version of that course might look like. It might be an extra project or an extra paper, but you get a chance to get a little bit more in-depth and involved. Students can do both of those programs, or they can choose to do one or the other, but you cannot start honors in the major usually until a little bit down the road once you're more at the higher level of your courses. The honors program can talk to you more, especially you guys coming in with a lot of credits, on when you would be able to get that program started. Did that answer your question? Probably more than you wanted? No.
I was looking at the list that you gave me, the majors and minors, and I noticed that there isn't anything to do with business.
Yeah, that's a good question. So we actually have several different business majors, but they're not all listed under just the business title. So you have to kind of do a little searching alphabetically to find those in the list. Anybody who's looking for an academic programs list, there's a rectangular piece. It's got 9 square pictures on the front. The back side of that has all the majors. He's holding it up there for you. So the areas of business that we offer, our most general business major would be management. We also offer marketing, human resource management, sport business. We offer finance, accounting, international business, economics. We have minors available in leadership, entrepreneurship, and business administration. So there's going to be a ton of business options. And you can kind of come in and start to test the waters with that, talk with the sort of chair of the overall business department to learn a little bit about what those different majors are so you can decide which one's going to be the right one for you. Other questions?
I noticed on some of the papers it said an auto mechanic had 0 years of college, but what kind of degrees for that do you guys offer?
For auto mechanic, we do not have any programs in that area. So that would be something where I would talk maybe to somebody here in the high school program to find out what might be available in those areas, what kind of field of study you'd be looking for that. Unfortunately, if that's where you're going, that means it's probably not right for you. But if you change your mind and you want to go a different route, definitely keep us in mind.
You guys have a major for criminal justice programs. I was gonna ask, could you give me more information about that and maybe more information about a criminal science career?
I mean, we do have criminal justice. What are you looking to do? Were you looking to be like a detective down the line or something? Or?
I was looking into doing forensic analysis.
Yeah, sorry.
No, that's okay. Clinton's, I'm going to embarrass him for that. He's fairly new for Mount Union. I'm 3 years in, so that's why I'm taking over most of the questions. So he's still going to be awesome and super helpful for you guys. So our criminal justice program is super hands-on. There's 2 different concentrations you can do that. So one is law enforcement and one is applied criminal justice. It sounds like applied is probably the route that you would go for that. We don't have anything really like forensic science specifically, but that's where internships might be able to come in and help you get some hands-on experience in that. We do partner with a program called the Washington Center, which gives you an opportunity to go into Washington, D.C. And do a semester that's where you might be able to get, into the FBI. We actually just had a student who did an Interpol internship. And so, yeah, it's a small school, but there's some really big opportunities out there for you. What I would encourage you to do, though, I mentioned coming to meet with the academic programs on campus. Come meet with somebody in criminal justice and talk with them about what that career path looks like. What does it need to be, in criminal justice and criminal sciences? Where can our major take you? So I think that's going to be really helpful in learning specifically what you want to know. But it's a really awesome program. It's one of our most popular majors that we